Hello and welcome to the Temple of the Tomes with your host, Indie Comics Jones. Today is February 8th, 2022. This is episode 476. Today we're looking at Purgatori, my favorite demon. This is issue number 4 coming out from Dynamite. And this cover I'm not that crazy about. It shows Purgatori coming at us. She's in her rage mode above the city. This scene does not happen in this book. Maybe in another story, but not this one. This is rated Teen Plus, and Purgatori is a Chaos character, so she is been licensed out to Dynamite, I believe. I think Chaos is still around. So this is a recommend. I have been enjoying the story. Purgatori's looks great physically. Her personality has been bothering me a little bit just because I think she should be a little bit more intelligent. But we do get a little bit more backstory about her, all the she takes on the knowledge and feelings and memories of everybody she drinks their blood of. And it has made her a softer, kinder person after many, many years of doing this. She was a raging lunatic, as she puts it, in that first year of existence. So let's take a quick look to see who works on this. The name of this arc is Witches Get Stitches. It is part 4. The writer is Ray Fawkes. The artist is Alvaro Saraseco. Sorry about that. The colorists are, I guess there's more than one here, Salvatore Ayala and Mohan. The letterer is Tom Napolitano, and the editor is Matt Idelson. This is cover A. Let me make sure on that. Yep. And the cover A artist is Antonio Fuso. So let's take a quick look at the cover again. Not bad. I mean, I think some of the variant covers for this, and there's a lot of them. We'll look at those in the cover gallery later. Some of the variants are probably a little nicer that I personally would like better. Okay. So our friend, if you remember, Purgatori is being kind of jacked around to all these different places by this coven of 5 witches in London that want to possess her power and her immortality. And the way they plan on doing this is actually letting Purgatori drink their blood and bring them inside, but somehow they're able to retain their souls. And that way, when all 5 of them are inside, they're thinking they could take her over. But things have gone awry. One of them is killed by Purgatori's companion that she has picked up in one of these dream scenarios. I don't know if they're dreams or they're actually real. But we start off this issue with her backstory about how bloodlust crazy she was at the beginning of her existence. How she just couldn't stop. Now then she goes out to her friend because she feels like he's betrayed her. He stopped her from drinking the blood of one of the witches. He went ahead and killed her first, but he has a special amulet on her that stops her, kind of knocks her down for a second. He has been stabbed by these desert beasts that came at them, and he's in quite a bit of pain. So we head back to London, and we see there's only 2 witches left, and Lisa has decided to bail. She doesn't want any part of it. She sees everything's going wrong. She sees her friend Juliet is getting a little bit power hungry and wants her to join her. So after going back and forth, we'll get back to that. Now we get a little bit more of a backstory of Purgatori, how she was a queen, or I believe she was a queen back in Alexandria, Egypt, at 1370, when she was cursed, and she remembers her first kill, and it kind of goes on from there. And you can see that she's sometimes struggles with her looks a little bit. She wants to kill her companion who stopped her from drinking blood, and she says anybody that gets in her way of her drinking blood is doomed. So before we go on, we've got an ad, a 2-page ad for Draculina, a can't miss Christopher Priest saga, written by Christopher Priest, of course, and illustrated by Michael Maria. So I guess it's supposed to be like Michael St. Maria. There's some awesome covers on this. I don't know anything about this character, so I really can't go into it. But you can see that, yeah, it's kind of along the lines of Vampirella. And you get your cosplay one in there. So all of those look pretty good. Even the manga one, I kind of think looks kind of cute. But there you go. All right, so that's Draculina. Let's get back to our story, still in progress. So she's kind of arguing with her companion here. He's a monster hunter from the Norse country, I believe. And he's just telling her, no, you got to stop. They're out to get you. And she knows that something's going on, but he's able to convince her. But he also, in the meantime, passes away before he can take the special powder. And she starts feeling sorry for him, actually. She's got some feelings as far as some empathy. And she goes ahead and gives him the antidote. Now, meanwhile, back in London, we still have these two witches fighting over whether or not they should continue the spell. Lisa, she's kind of the weaker of the two at this point. Juliet's actually got one of the other witches' souls within her. They're using some kind of oracle to produce these extra spells. So when Lisa tries to fight back at one point, well, we'll get back to it. It kind of jumps back and forth. Juliet is using all her powers to summon her to her. Then we get some flashbacks for Purgatori. Just some really good writing in here. I did like Purgatori's character a little bit more in this character, her personality in this issue, rather than the past. She talks about she started feeling bad about killing all these innocent people, so she started killing monsters. And so we get into that a little bit. And back in London, Lisa's still trying to get away. Then Juliet says, okay, we'll have it. We'll do it your way. But she's just tricked her, basically, and consumes her body and soul into her as well. Now, you get some pretty neat drawings of these kind of witch spell arms and apertures. And it's pretty neat. Then we get our Valentine's Day specials as advertised on some of the other videos. Here's Red Sonja, looking mighty fine. So this will be coming out this month, probably this week, maybe this Wednesday. I don't know. I would assume they would come out before the 14th. And there's Vampirella looking very, very sexy. Yeah, I don't know if the stories are any good, but those two will be available either this week or next week at your local comic book store, so do not delay it. And I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of variant issues for this, variant covers. Now back, we see that Juliet has taken control of Lisa's, and she's got him inside. You can see how they did these arms. I thought these were really cool. Just really nice little artwork in there. Just this apparition and little claw there. Kind of cool stuff going on. So Purgatori has revived her friend. He's telling her, I don't think I can go with you. And he's very weak at this point. He's been attacked, stabbed, everything else, beaten up by Purgatori as well, I think, a little bit. So off Purgatori goes. She senses where, he knows where they are, so... and she senses it too. He sends her on her way. And then our witches here do their summoning spell. And look at that. I just love that way that arm looks. So cool. Summon her back. She takes the amulet away from Lisa, who's passed away. And they're going to summon Purgatori to London now. But little did they know, she's already there waiting for him. And this is where we end part 4. Looking forward to part 5. It's been a pretty good story. I've really enjoyed it. It is almost an origin story at this point, which is very helpful to those that aren't familiar with Purgatori. But yeah, we didn't really get a lot of the information until this 4th issue. So it is a recommend. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We've got Priest introducing Draculina in this little interview here. We've got the Elvira hardcover, the Classic Years Omnibus. We have this Red Sonja, Volume 1, the Invincible Red Sonja, Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palomonti. Collecting issues, Invincible Red Sonja 1 through 5. Then Vampirella versus Purgatori is now out on trade, and this is I'm not sure what the story is on this, but they probably become friends at the end, I'm sure, after in issue 5, and they have to defeat some greater evil. I'm assuming that. I don't know. Okay, Hell Sonja. The covers have looked pretty good. I think I checked this book out and it just did not intrigue me enough. This is written by Christopher Hastings. Okay, and now we get into the cover gallery. So I'm going to get in, zoom in. You can see there's cover A, cover B, C, and some D, E, and F. D is like the last original drawing, and then the other ones are variations of that, it appears, without titles and things like that. And I think we have one more page, and these are the exclusives to certain comic book stores and conventions and whatnot. So these would be much harder to get, obviously. And finally, this last bottom here. Okay, and like I said, looking at these covers, they really don't have too much to do with what we saw in issue 4, but that's kind of how comics go sometimes. All right, so thank you for stopping by and watching this video review, this YouTube comic book review of Purgatori issue 4. I did get my package sent to Ingolantine today, so if he's watching this video, it's on the way. Things have been very busy here. I've been making doctor's appointments and architect appointments and all kinds of stuff. So we're moving along with the house build, and I'm trying to keep my health in good shape as well. Hope you guys are doing the same. We'll see you next time at the Temple of Tomes. Please like, please subscribe if you haven't. Please leave comments. And this is Indie Comics Jones bidding you adieu.